Well, the how no tausi. I ni sida as whiteboard the irise Manipur map ka Nagaland gani ko map ti am accurate ovidre. Can we share to with me pick man have the see doing tausi. The ngasigi ekoi topic se insurgency and internal security situation in Manipur and Nagaland. I don't need a base house. Adu lactring either hand kitang recap tausi ekoi hand tau to northeastern region. Northeastern region की internal security issue दा कोई न खंग मधुरी करीनो है रगा northeast से की importance आई मधु फिर हम discuss तो रंगों माली northeast की importance है जो मैं फिर करी केप तक जुगे one is international border international border कोई की border से we share the border of northeast India is dominated by international borders. Around 99% of our land borders is with international countries, and only 1% of around 1% of the border is with the mainland India through the Siliguri corridor. And then ekogi hydroelectric power generation capacity laibana maram oiraga adugi di India water resources ndan enhance kara tum haramani water distribution in India se India ki population contribution to in the world is around 18% never world population contribution se India na adubu if we look at the availability of water in terms of total water available in the world and the amount of water resources available in India, 4% the disparity like that, the number of population that we contribute to the world and then the amount of water that we have. Although must see 4% is over 30%, close to 34% notice India water resources. And around more than 40% of India's total hydroelectric potential. As you can notice, India that's also one of the most one of the important reasons. And then we have natural resources like oil in Assam, coal in Meghalaya, and Karbi Anglong districts, and some part of Nagaland. On top of that, Act East policy. India की Act East policy से करीनो this is the calculations of India policymakers is that it can achieve two things. First is it can connect India to the east, to the eastern market, the Asian countries in particular, and then at the same time, this policy has the potential of transforming Northeast India, because as we have discussed before, Northeast India is one of the poorest, most backward in almost majority of the parameters or indicators of development. Unemployment yamna high oiba, insurgency yamba aduguma mafam nebako. Aduna masi Act East policy se or nasai India na 1991 the USSR disintegrate matungda. India is in need of friends in the international community. At the same time, India, in 1991, and area 1990s, India has taken, or I would say, liberalization, globalization, LEP, LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization process economic transformation decades to me in the early part of the decades. The USSR, our biggest partner or allies or friends in international community was disintegrate now we are looking for new friends, we are looking for new market, we're looking for new partners, we are changing our alignment in international communities. the man or Pomatanga, Indiana adopt of policy money. Masiki is policy is successful oige harabadi stability in the region, Northeast region say yam maru oe. Adu tasunatana is policy sina kariguma my park bataragadi, successful oe bataragadi, region sida Northeast region sida stability supura sumugariba. I don't know both ways Nikomasi. So that is just ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯪꯉꯦ ꯅꯣꯔꯠ ꯏꯁ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯏꯁꯨꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝꯃꯤ porosity of the border dagi hauraga drug problem dagi hauraga smuggling dagi hauraga terrorism insurgency dagi hauraga ethnic conflict tribal conflict state boundaries ko international security issues se am laire adu madu laiba marak sida today we will focus on the state of Nagaland and Manipur. Why do I start with Nagaland is because Akoina Indian independent Pankraba Tumda insurgency movement Akoy reason that or even in all of India ko ihan han how in this within the now present state boundary of Nagaland ko Naga national movement hariba movement se asina ihan han keba aduna aina asigi class insurgency in notice naina matamda asidagi house aina horakpani adubu asi aina han khajitang so introduce budi tawkre so aina han so hai uduni masigi class city internal security issues especially when it comes to notice masidi we cannot look from our tribal interests we cannot look from our state interests but we have to look from through the paradigm and through the screen of a bureaucrat sitting in New Delhi and making a policy. India ki perspective to Kangle Park ki perspective ta, Nagaland ki perspective ta, or Jelingam ki perspective ta, adu yenga gadi koi answer do. Phasaba wat kani, aduga I don't think it will fulfill the demand of the exam also. Adu laire. Anyone joining? Okay. Aduna Hojik nahan aina krang hypet introduce to bigre Nagaland Nagas hairibase akoina dugi history the chatningai budi thau ta de du khaji khangda budi darkar ta because kari harga we will be dealing with the issues and then we should be in a position where we can give solutions to these problems akoina solution do piba ngamge hairabadi ako issues to kangpom thoi ko aduna basic knowledge of history ti akoi khangbadi kitang darkar oi sida in Naga hairiba Naga ki groups say it's still a contested view as to who are the Nagas and who are not the Nagas. Adubu, akoina Aujiki Naga nationalism or Naga identity, I say give maram the nainaba matam da when Kangada would be. We can say that it's still growing or it's still in the process of development. From now and then you will see that some groups coming up saying or even from within the majority of the Naga communities, no di Nagani, no Naganate, the sense of nationalism and spirit of oneness, it's still a growing process. Naga insurgency in detail within the insurgency groups Naga high groups it's not just one tribe. Naga identity is a tribal identity Naga is a tribe but it's just a name of the conglomerates of many tribes inhabiting the hill areas, especially the Naga hill areas in Matamadugi Assam, the state Kiko, Manunda, Naga hill areas, adjoining areas, Manipur area, hill areas in Khara, not all, Assam da, and then Arunachal da, Masum Burma da Leramba. Moise Akoin Naga history it's very rare that they call themselves Nagas. Although British in writing the even if they don't identify themselves as Nagas, Nagas, moi writing the and moi system of administration the categorized of wikiba adugumbasu maybe one of the factor which brought to the later of this in building up of this movement, but those are not important to us. But what is important to us is Naga hariba Naga ki manung sida tribal group mayam lay. Some are dominant group, mi yamba dominant oiba, karana yam pikpa, and then they are spread across both India and Myanmar, amasung spread across different states of Northeast India, Assam, Arunachal, Nagaland, that's the present state of Nagaland, Manipur, and Burma, and Myanmar, Asisini. Adubu, moi movement je karamaine tauge hai matamta. We can trace the origin of their movement in the formation of Naga Club. Naga Club in 1918. The Naga Club se kanana form taubano hairaga. Kainone. First World War matamda Naga Labor Corps haina British na kainoma British torami force of labor corps ko. They were deployed in France. Adu moi lan tawruga halakba veterans sina form tawkiba adugumba club amani Naga club ko adubu aduda laktrengeda aina sai haigiba lairiba ji Naga ki tribes Naga haina identified tawba tribes mayamsi they were not under single administration, not even once in the history. Whole British na lakum matamda British na sovereignty mo spread tawragasu a state like Manipur British ki makhada lairagasu we are still a princely state ko aduna mo isi even with the case of Burma mo si karino they were under different administrations and at one in matam amada amagi makhada mugleramgani matam amagi makhada amugleramgani or and then there is certain credibility also to the claim that they were not under any of the powers that they remain as independent republic. The pura lay have the yaroi adubu certain autonomy budilai there was not much interference moi matanda masagi independent autonomous existence when they lay adubu high river a large portion of the so-called Naga inhabited areas at one point of time either Manipur gi ningthau gi makhada laibra or natraga Assam gi ningthau ga conflict lerga moi gi makhada moi tax pirambra ko adugumba history dilai adugu but it does not mean that they do not have an independent existence aduna akhoi Manipur gi spread Manipur the base of ningthau lebak or ningthau gi power issue and his dominance and spreads on the hill areas as issue ningthau gi caliber gi matung inna ko ningthau gi power du gi matung inna exercise tau if the king is weak mana magi far flung areas ta mana power to exercise tau ngam the bi or magi territorial boundary do shrink tau ram bi and tawduna yamna pangan maning thaw oirgadi the boundary do hena so ambi more areas might come under his rule possibly history na sakhi ni go if you look at any of the history Manipur ki khatna te Mughal ki yengo Guptas ki yengo Mauryan ki yengo ning thawduna patraba ning thawduna sholaba there is shift in the centers of power and there is shift in the area of his dominance, his influence, and even in the boundary also. Boundary, so it's never static, it's always fluid. Now coming back to this, Naga Club in 1918, massive formed out. Somewhere in 1929, if we're not Simon Commission in India. Simon Commission Naga Club na memorandum P Simon Club fida, saying that they want to be autonomous ko adu kumbi history di laire. Adu gidi among 19 Second World War lakre. Second World War lakko matam dida ekoi na kangi Second World War gi Northeast India the Second World War gi theater of war si Kohima ko aziki Naga ni hariba Naga singi laiba area sida lanche songnai Manipur songnai adu the main theater of war adu matam da ultimately Japanese force and then coming along with them the INA moina fight tawraga Kohima faudi yaure Kohima degina uski battles e fought tawraga moina amu han gibani ko treat tawdo so Second World War matamda adumani laiba matam sida kari tawge hai matamda after the war ko DC of Naga Hills matam adugi district commissioner of Naga Hills na organization nama organized tawrami madudi Naga Hill District Council matam adugi DC of Naga Hills na as organization je raised tawni ko karigidamakta war da shock to repair the damage of the war ko manasi organization je raised tawni adubu masigi organization se in 1946 ta asigi organization din ekoina Naga National Council NNC and khangnari je ko masigi it has its roots in Naga Hill District Council of 1946 which was organized by DC of Naga Hills of that time to repair the damage of the war or to help in repairing the damage of the war aduna asumana lairingai matam asida India gi national movement is yam kanna mangzau changkhileba ko it was in progress and after the Second World War there is an agreement in among the British political elites British politician and British and policy makers so much India se thadok to yadre have realization laire much thado ge haina khale adumana tawsida India adugi idea Naga National Council or Naga Nationalist in the Sulai Madu Oibunina Mosi they started to decide Khan Bahore British na chat matamda what will be our position Ekogi position je kari oi hawani where would we be aduga ekogi political system je karmaina oigani that's the questions that they are dealing with adumana tawa suman lairingai matam se the 19 cabinet mission na la ko matam na moi cabinet mission na su moi memorandum ma thai memorandum tha basida moi na NNC na pibani ko the cabinet mission sida moi the maru hoiba clause in that memorandum je kari no haraga Naga solidarity of all the Nagas both in the Naga Hill district and in NEFA Northeast Frontier Agency ko Arunachal and Haribida aduda laiba adu every Nagas in India in Burma the so-called Nagas many Nagas and identified simply the solidarity ko okay please someone raise hands
sir sida ay okay matang hangzaw
oh
am I audible?
yes you're audible now
Okay sir sida autonomy ki question nama hai ke bado ado sida Naga sanga autonomy pambagi ade hojik north east yam big question nama ore en autonomy ki se ado makhoi ki autonomy pama ise sigi maram je kai oiduna makhoi ki tribal culture na haidora natragana sigi katang autonomy pamakpagi makoina
hojik Naga sina pamakpagi se ko okay
hawrapagise hojike
hawrapagise the first at the more autonomy. Okay, when we talk about autonomy, Nagagi movement is saying nama higher get the sovereign state pambane ko adu adugido nangi question I haven't addressed over yago because kari higher housing and chaliba flow se asida adugi question is lakani bako aduna dum step by step lak nangi question I have noted your questions and so laks again aduna moisi naga solidarity is ko mean provision of any question more adum laire dum hand raise to biro ko offline at tabni saksu una dabne na aina kano u da busu ya ino na hand raise to udri dum hanjin raise to biro unduga matamadu da there was proposals to group Assam with Bengal. Asi Naga Hill district se ko na khangi madudi Assam gi manung da chalami ko adubu when there was proposals for joining Assam with Bengal adu moy adu pam deba Naga ajiki Naga singina adu moy na kari taw be matam da cabinet mission lapo kana moy na memorandum pi to moy na kari hai they want Naga solidarity of all the Nagas, and then they were against grouping of Assam with Bengal. Karigino haragadi moin ki bise karigino haragadi Assam ga Bengal ga pun grabadi moigi identity mang bagi chances moigi culture mang bagi chances moigi autonomy sai hagi mang bagi chances like moise aduna we yawan bigunu we let Assam remain as a different entity from Bengal, and within the state of Assam, within Assam, ekoi local autonomy lairaga, ekoi interest to safeguard tosebang namjaba mo administration ekoi pami hai na mo memorandum pi. Adubu, ajiki, oigi memorandum do yam effective oiba answer di pangki de. Aduna kari taure amuk 1947 amuk lae. 1946 to 47 lai India independence sum nakchile masim matam so mo Lord Mountbatten matam dugi viceroy damu memorandum amuk pi masiki memorandum sina karino hairaga request for setting up of interim government for Nagas for a period of 10 years after which they would choose to form a government that they want that they wish. The trend of their memorandum, memorandum or demands to the government. First is safeguarding their political interests. Direct administration by any of the sovereign powers that has ever spread its influence in the Naga dominated regions or Naga districts, Naga Hill districts. Masi yamna pervasive boydaba. There is always more autonomy. Moida yam customary law da kari disturbance yam like the vida moy matanda dum operate on by village republic. They want that they don't want to concede their ground, and then there is a fear of loss of culture if they are integrated with the larger society at large. The demand tilted more towards autonomy and of their own autonomous existence and protection of their culture. Independence memorandum it does not gain much of result. According to what they want. Amaru agreement amalai Naga the laku matamda ko madudi Karino Haraga Akbar Haidari and the governor of Assam 1947-46 Laiba Akbar Haidari Haribanupa governor of Assam agreement signed up Kiblai Masida Karino Haraga agreement 9-point agreement Hainaka 9-point agreement. Masih independence ki mamang din ko. Masih agreement se sign tawi. Sign tawi tam sila kari no har masih su ainin sa the trends are almost the same. Masih the close yam yawi close like as in Naga National Councils na the right to collect taxes from Naga household gumbako adudigi then but the quite controversial oiba point kari no har it pertains to the future of the hill district of Nagaland or the Naga areas. Karino harga moina masih close ama yawi madudi karino harga 10 years ko na si harga Naga hill district se Naga areas se Akbar Haidari ye 9-point agreement ki matung inna yam aduda ko detail changna history changna darkar ta de ko but aduku akhoi gi exam point of view di darkar laiba haibu karino harga India ki sarkar se since the beginning independent phangdringai matam dagi hauraga they have concerns with this issue of Naga nationalism and Naga demands. Process of integration or resolution of issues. Say, even before independence, an effort towards integration of Naga areas with the mainland India, or say addressing the issues of Naga nationalism and Naga demands. Adubu, duna asi 9-point agreement se right before independence. Pangdringai matam kitang walingai matam da this agreement this agreement ni da madu matam da kari tawra. Asi NNC hariba nang sai form to kiba group to NNC like Naga Hill District Council in 1946 the re-Christianized Naga National Council. Masih council si dasu we see two trends: moderate groups and a physio group. Thora extremist and high gara natraga hardened Naga nationalist high gara ko sovereignty pamba, independence pamba, dung kitang extremist group and then there are the moderate groups who are ready for talks with India ko. A group to show ready away. Adubu the difference is that moi the independent pamba, sovereignty pamba. Among group to moderate group to they are okay with the state of Nagaland because as it exists today. Adubu the Masidi high NNC group that one personality emerged by the name of Piso. Piso high no pass it, NNC the magism influences from Yankale. Yankala was the Keritawe have Mutamda Hosiki independent Pangdringi Mamang say 9-point agreements the other groups called extremist group hires for like one of words and terminologies. Mogi groups na the 9-point agreement do they go to Delhi for some kind of solutions that they want. Adu Delhi the chat matam so moi solution they come empty-handed. When things doesn't work out as they want, what they did is 14 August 1947 the independence allowed for Nagaland. That's declared our Moinoko. Declared we are independent or British Tagi Hana. Alubu Moina Togusi Karino Harga independence 14 August 1947 the independent Pangiana Moila. Indiana independent Pangono 15 August 1947 boycott Tore. Aduga they draft a constitution which is higher upon Naga National NNC. They draft a constitution, Masi constitution to the Moi Karita. Dupon last. Adu India independent Pange, India Constituent Assembly says same. Constituent Assembly is the Constitution of India is a draft of Constitution of India is draft in 1947 the published already. Masi Taugo Matamda 47 or the VI do just remember that constitution is draft that there is no mention of the 9-point agreement between Haidari and Naga groups. aduna moi se disillusion hena oire adu kari tauge hai matamda adumain oirabnina moderate groups to disillusion oire the group led by Fizo which were more radical moi they gain ascendancy ko in 1950 the Fizo se NNC president oire adumain adu oirapusida Fizo in the movement se lead tauba hore tauba matam 1950 ko 1950 dida 50 da Kohima da Naga conference matau Maduki conference to that there were representatives from various tribal groups ko like adu matam sida mo decide tawre that we will held a plebiscite ekoi plebiscite tawgani and then we will decide what we want masigi matam sida ekoi nongmai gi elements pa udri ni ko we are yet to come to that Mogi movement mostly civilian movement. Even though if it has a militant have group to in their approach, militant approach. 1950 the conference that they decided that there will be plebiscite in 1951 to decide Naga's future. And more plebiscite to Tawi 1951 May 1951 it was alleged that 99% of those who vote supported her Naga independence. And then 1951 plebiscite the first general election Nagaland election 1952 they boycotted this election. And it was said that not even a single vote was cast in 1952. So asini adumana asimoy plebiscite referendum whether it is how accurate it is or when plebiscite that not all the population had representatives of the different villages, different tribes, and madumiyam do not plebiscite so according to their accounts 99% of the people said yes to plebiscite that they want to be an independent sovereign country. By 1954 adu la ko matam dedi kari tawre mogi movement se armed movement lom the turn tawba hore the armed movement that turn tawda city Nagaland yengo the so-called Naga tribes mogi history yengo mogi history matam yes they are warring tribes but what tools were they using spear thang bow zero ko headhunters ga hayo so adu matam mo China su chatri so mo from where do they get their arms and ammunitions from when Han Haur Kumatanda 1954 do the Moise kind of Haure arm movements arm groups formed the Haure use of arms Haure Masida the Moigi group the arm wing have Darina Pamadu Naga Home Guard Hainakam Haine Winsang Hive area ko Winsang Eastern Naga Arunchal Taina Budodrom that Winsang Naga Home Guard Haina as you say arm Moigi Naga Home Guard the weapons were mostly the weapons that they recovered from the dumps left by the British in Second World War. Second World War it was fought in the so-called territories of the Naga inhabited areas. I don't fight over Mutamda, no my Tanamba, no my dams Lairamba, Adumayam do not punchillaga Moshe Masigi Naga home guard armed or horror. As I said, the radical groups led by Pizzo and always the moderate groups. Moderate groups ida akoina ming panbeya bakraditi Sakri and Dr. H. Imkong Liwa Ao and about Kong liba Ashe mabani se top moderate jam lai ko se mabani se the prominent ones ne the moi shu kari no haraga there's moi using naga nationalism tum lai but their approach is different they are ready to talk with the government of India, and then they were ready for a position of a state moi adu matamda Naga Hills was part of Assam, and then Naga Twinsang area hari Kona Masi area city Kona Naga Hill district Nagaland the Kona Yaw ENPO and Naga movement like separate state PBRO and within the state of Nagaland Law to go Arunjalga Tainaba area ado and the Nefa Northeast Frontier Agency Mukhara Lairame Adu Madumam Saviki Mayamsi integrate town of Hona with the moderate single elements like that. The movement is as a concession ground haigadra or legitimate demands to meet the haigadra ko Moiginaga areas under single territorial administration pura pire between Nefa Hairibam from the Northeast Frontier Agency Lagamudu Naga district of Kushila, and then in 1963 the Moi as Nagaland statehood pame. Adubu issue the Karino Haraga statehood chipam the party like river independent pamba fish over group like river. Aduna was in 1954 the Fijo Gitri Asiti Maru Oe Adubu a insurgency that the Maru Oe Budiziki, no my paiva, no my kappa, violent over to group to Nepal. The home guard, Naga home guards is like 1955 to the Fijo na Karitawi Magi group say he established a government called Federal Government of Nagaland and then Federal Army of Nagaland. Asina civil administration ini asina armed wing of NNC ka asini. Aduna most armed wing se haure. Armed wing se haure na militant movement se haure. However, the Indian Armed Forces is to Nagaland the Thajin Maure by 1955, 56, 1955 the form of Rabnina Thajin Maure. Adoga Masiki moderate amasung radical elements either when Kanga the Budikari, higher housing higher Kano sings moderate leaders sings Masiki groups in China. Political assassination Haigadrako. Or how do you want to say it? Assassinations of the rival groups and hierarchy. Within the group, within that these two trends in Naga nationalism, the moderates and the radicals, moderates gun silence or any other means call. But the point is, Naga movement it is not uniform. There are always divergent trend in this movement. In the states in 1963 the Pangre and the main important overlap go. Carino higher the Naga nationalism, how to say. Autonomy question I'm high keep to go. I question to Chapsan again, Tarambi, Taram the VI. Adubu. Let me see if I can address. Adu I address to Nang Khan question, Nang rest of question to Waram Davidi, you can still further raise the question. Moi Kari get them up the autonomy palm, you know. I have a question here. First, Nagas in state spread the so-called Nagas spread in different states of India or different parts of India, state Hyderabad, territories and part under different administration at best the state to Ivasu, different territories of Northeast India, Doman Hairo and Burma. At the women autonomy palm, the first reason is more on the political consciousness and the need for coming together as one. Ojik masigi idea se British na pura pa matamda ojik hana amana mabo hana of course moi geography du gi matung ina moi moi cultural way of life their culture tradition that moi manabudi lai ko manabudi lai du gi factor lai re adu the shared interest hai batare shared interest of the region geography du manara culture du manara whatever happened in one village has an implication on other shared political interest in labor and then adumana labor matam chida exposure to western ideas exposure to western world as naga labor corps friends that their exposure to the western societies western system of administration western organization of society and state they were influenced by the west the spread of education chula the adumana lai matam united Christianity have one of the uniting factors mukoi unite tawba yaba mukoi di common oiba factors amsu aduda muk lakhre aduga adumain lere there is one part of it and then the other part of the Naga inhabited areas apart from the Naga Hill district of Assam for example Manipur da lairiba Naga groups or Kari groups in 1956 the Kakani Manipur Naga Kanona Manipur Naga Council formed in 1956 and then they later on merged with NNC. Varied and different interpretation I say whatever I'm saying I say chumi haina sulaw bi or it can be contested adu saying na masi asigi damak asi yaw khibni ga haina yam authoritative oiba literature do di available di oitribra haina khali adu nevertheless important for us cause and effect to khang an issue to address the cause to khang batai the effect to khang batai and then solution to provide the ngam batai ko aduna hausi aina ngasai haibado Naga inhabited areas singse or Naga singse adu matam digi Naga singse matam khara didi Assam ga moi contact laire Assam intrusion kingdom of Assam intrusion into their territories moinum the tribute piramgira piramoidra moinum madugi rule accept that's different story there is intrusion in India economy there is paying of tributes to the kings based in the valleys even the Manipur the lakum matam the show Manipur frontiers like I said it keeps on changing from time to time and then the power of the king and his influence in the hill is like it goes together. If the king is weak, his influence in the hills comes down. The so-called Naga tribes of Manipur, some of which did not share any historical commonality with any of the other tribes. Nagaland somewhere in the north of Manipur. So for people who are here mostly that's why the live city because of Makel ki story to matungena angami khoi ki pangmai maram ko jelengong moi group singse certain geographical continuity ki matungena masung because of legends and myth ko moi on the connection with the kharabudi lai riba adugo hajiki atigi Makel ki story say if you are following the news our present honorable chief minister of Manipur Sir CM Biren also says that Maitai also has its somewhere go Maitai sing issue connection, Makel connection duma nahan dum krangang ki ni dum tabi yang adu laire adu da aside laiba singde ayamba most of them they shared no such common legend nor common history nor geographical continuity with this Naga nationalism can burn or continuity like that. But the question is why? ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯖꯣꯏꯟ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕꯅꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯈꯟꯕꯗ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯀ꯭ꯋꯦꯁꯟꯗꯣ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯗ one for autonomy ꯃꯗꯨ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯒꯗꯧ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯃꯁꯤꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ it's open to interpretations and then ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ answer ꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯁꯨ ꯑꯁꯤꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯕꯤꯗ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗ ꯈꯔ wordꯇꯣ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯁꯤꯡꯅ use ꯇꯧꯕꯅ ꯐꯖꯒꯗꯧ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯔꯣꯏꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯣꯠꯇꯗꯤ ꯏꯍꯟꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤ why because ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ cause and effect ꯅꯩꯅꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ based on the question ꯀꯣ ꯃꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤ why ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ join ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ exam point of view khaksu natabida as a citizen of Manipur, as a citizen of India ko, and then the political situations that realities that we are living in needs a little bit of reflection and going back in history. Nevertheless, they joined the Naga National Movement. They joined NNC ko. NNC ki makhada Naga National Movement se moi join tawi. ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯔꯤꯌꯥꯁꯤꯗ ꯖꯦꯂꯤꯡꯔꯣꯡ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯨꯞ ꯂꯩꯕꯅꯤ ꯖꯦꯂꯤꯡꯔꯣꯡ ꯖꯦꯂꯤꯡꯔꯣꯡꯁꯦ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯕꯀꯤ ꯃꯤꯡ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯀꯣ ꯖꯦꯂꯤꯡꯔꯣꯡ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯨꯞ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯖꯁ ꯁꯦꯡꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯅꯦꯝ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯁꯤꯚꯤꯜ ꯁꯣꯁꯥꯏꯇꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯡꯅꯦ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯣ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯥꯟꯅ ꯊꯣꯛꯑꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯦ ꯃꯤ ꯈꯔ ꯇꯥꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯁꯦ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯤꯒ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯖꯦꯂꯤꯡꯔꯣꯡ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯅꯪ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯉꯥꯡꯉꯒ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯀꯥꯏꯅ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯖꯦꯂꯤꯡꯔꯣꯡ as a term ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯁꯥꯝꯊꯣꯡꯗ ꯄꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕ ꯇꯔꯝꯅꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯩꯁꯥꯝꯊꯣꯡ ꯏꯝꯐꯥꯜꯗ ꯂꯩꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯦꯔꯥꯏꯚ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕ ꯐꯣꯔꯝ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯔꯒꯅꯥꯏꯖꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯖꯦꯃꯩ ꯂꯦꯡꯃꯩ ꯔꯣꯡꯃꯩ ꯑꯣꯔ ꯀꯕꯨꯏ ꯀꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯅ ꯀꯕꯨꯏ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯔꯣꯡꯃꯩ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ they are the same people same language ꯏꯄꯥꯅ ꯀꯕꯨꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯔꯣꯡꯃꯩꯅꯤ at one point of time ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯍꯟꯗꯛ ST ꯁꯔꯇꯤꯐꯤꯀꯦꯠ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯁꯨ ꯍꯟꯗꯛꯇꯤ ꯀꯕꯨꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯞꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯦꯅ ꯏꯄꯥꯅ ꯀꯕꯨꯏ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯔꯣꯡꯃꯩ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯗꯣ same people adune adudagidi inpui ko asi group se masi group mayam se asibuneba kun jengrong ngai ngai se moi mayam se punsillaga jelengrong union jelengrong organization se same neba adudagi term jelengrong se kun popularize to use to kibni ko the moi se they share the same history they share the same history of origin ko they are kindred brothers moi gi legend gi matung ina makhel digi thorok ko matamda moi How's it Senapi district Makuilundi have a Kunamalai Makuilundi sorry just charge the top we go Tinjinge Makuilundi have a Kundudagi sum bimnaki sum yam kalakudagi then as it go legend in the line is how the very like that's not important but the important thing is they migrated from there to different directions then a wrong machine at Tamang long black jemai lang machine no from the parent district from the chief minister chaluba hanging village the room direction chana kibani then they develop their own language commonality if you have any Kabui friends noina Kabui gan ngai kari da chat pam dan moina sa you say the meaning hango kanam ta khango Kabui because the language the songs that they are singing is a language is a song developed during the time when they were together aduna masigi language ayamana lengmai gi loan oigali ko adubu lengmai sing or natraga other tribes Christianity on rabdum lamoy rhythm thadokiba isai no mai ko cultural aspect religious aspect adubu Kabui sing sinadi ayamana aziki tinga rabong chaprek aduga ko traditional religion dogum challaga laibnina they still keep preserve it isai the meaning do khangdraga su my forefather dagi khoi di system of knowledge is script laitabnina education laitabnina oral tradition when through songs through legends through myths past of thrakne ba ko thraknina moi loan do khangdraga su sai de moi sum takpi ribina generation after generation ko dum lairibnina the root to we are same people have the madugi it's one of the proof me and all of these kindred tribes they accepted as such adu masigi jelengrong region sida jadonang our personality amako thon early 19 20s 30s ko swai da magi movement se asisina ainang sai haib do hojik masida lairamiba ching Manipur Imphal Valley the base tawba when I say based over the capital, the king, the administration, the political power is concentrated here. Aduna masigi relation with the hills se ekhona yengba matamda the element of autonomy adum lai kari hairagadi you will ekhon nang jingi lamjingda ningthawi outpost you will rarely see ningthawi garrison you will rarely see ningthawi administration of justice rarely see uba phangoi pa the village republic things they have their own tradition, custom of law, system of justice, system of political mobilization, administration, mobilization decide over headman give chakpa whatever it is called adubu does not mean that they were not under the king based in Imphal Valley. Adu moi gi makhara sublai leite haibna te ko lai they pay tribute paid tawi from time to time tribute paid to the matamda valley the base of 1000 high but tribal hill villages me am the rate of historical accounts me am like the history alum like any stories who return to like aduga oral history to like adu masida relationship between the hill tribesmen and the kind of say valley people say historical relationship hierarchy yes they share a very historical relationship. Very no have matamda. Some of the things that I might share may not be empirically verifiable because it we need to know because there are also what history of what we say oral history and traditions because written history is not the only source of history written history written history at one point of time they were based on oral tradition. Oral tradition pass with the development of scripts, with the development of writings. Oral tradition write down no, I'm not saying that everything is oral and then comes into written. No. Like cultural links and relationship because now knowing high that Kaubru is from where we descended. History Kaubru is no horror family to high. The idea Kaubru has a significant Kaubru to the same way we have a Liangmai Jemai Rongmai group this issue according to one tradition of Tinkaurabong Chapre Moigi Lai said Kaubru the lay it's the most of Kaubru the Haurapani High origins narratives and Amamalay Aduga Kamut Wari the Kambas and Marini and high party as like Adugumalay. I know some of them might not be empirically verifiable or can be contested. What is important is that there are different narratives also, and these narratives, why I'm bringing in this because it points to, it can help us draw to a conclusion that all the tribes, the so-called indigenous tribes of Manipur, share a link, not only a political connection, political link, but also cultural link and historical link. Aduna adubu asiyengo now get remote when I this is the food for every one of us here. The historical ties I should